delighted to welcome back on. Always a pleasure to have this man on the show. The man from down there in California, looking all sharp with his sunglasses on, and he's just informed me that he's just seen a man caught a great white shark on the pier where he's from. It is Ian, Uncle Creepy McCall. Ian, how are you, my friend? Great to have you back on the show as always.
Thank you for having me. I live in San Jose, California, where people. Oh, I'm driving while I'm doing. Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. But I live in a place where we're pretty close to the breeding grounds of great white sharks, and people don't understand that there's always been great white sharks in Southern California. It's just the big ones travel deeper, and the juveniles travel because they're born at 4 feet long, so they're already big and scary. The juveniles travel up the coast, and juveniles are up to 8 feet probably. So an 8-foot shark is scary. Don't get me wrong. I swam with 8-foot sharks. 8-foot shark will scare the shit out of you, but sharks don't want to hurt you. Sharks they're just, if anything, they just want to taste you because you look like your food, but you're not. It's kind of a silly thing, and that's nature though. People get eaten, animals get eaten, whatever. It's part of life.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, to see that, I'd love to see something like that happen here in Dublin, but we probably see a whale instead of that. It's fucking Arctic weather.
We have a lot of those out here too. I'm actually taking my friends to Laguna Beach to my buddy's restaurant, but we'll probably go to the beach after. And if you see the beaches here, this is really the nicest place on the planet. It's just so nice, and the beach I always hang out at. If you ever see my Instagram, my daughter's grandfather has a place down there that's like, we're talking $30 million, private beach, fucking just ridiculous. So it's a lot of fun. I'm a spoiled brat, but hey.
When am I going to get an invite out, Ian? Come on, mate. You've been on the show about 7 or 8 times.
Come on out. If you ever come to California, I'll take you. And I know I'm single, man. So I have a bunch of sluts down there. It'll be perfect.
Definitely, I'll be well up for that. I'll be over in Vegas in July anyway, hopefully. But Ian, first of all, you've a new show launching tomorrow night. Time of recording here is Tuesday. The show's going to be out tomorrow. So effectively tonight, the show's going to be coming out. Story Time with Uncle Creepy. What's the story with the new podcast? What's it going to be about? Obviously you're a guy with great stories and things like that about your life. What's it going to entail?
Well, everyone goes, "Oh, are you going to talk MMA?" And I said, "No." Well, I mean, I'm sure we will. We'll get around to it, but I don't want to talk MMA. I talk MMA enough, and I know it'll eventually come up anyways. So it's weird to think of, but my friends, guys like Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub and Psycho Mike, who's the first guest on the show, they're the ones that have kind of mentored and pushed me into radio, pushed me into podcasting. And then I just did my first appearance on Dash Radio, which is like where the Kardashians and all the cool Hollywood kids have radio stations. But it's DJ Ski TV or whatever. They want to bring me on, so it looks like I'm getting into radio and broadcasting and podcasting stuff. So I like it. I love it a lot. I really enjoy talking and doing it all. And what we're doing is story time is pretty broad. Anyone can come on and tell stories, and I got a story for every story. So it just comes down to it'll be just a talk. We'll be talking and bullshitting. It's, to be honest, we just sit around and
shoot the
drink,
breeze,
smoke, and talk and shoot the breeze. There's nothing crazy going on. And eventually, I would like to be like a male, chauvinistic, really horny version of Barbara Walters. I don't know who she is. And just interview, people just want me to interview them, like on my bed or, like in the couch or whatever. I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
It's going to be available on iTunes, I presume. And where can the fans get a hold of it?
It'll be on iTunes and SoundCloud and that kind of stuff. It will be. We're not going to go live at first. T.A. DeSantis from Sherdog is producing it, and I got to give big props to him because without him, I wouldn't have a show. And he's a really good, knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, definitely. Ian, we spoke before Christmas, I think it was, and you revealed to us here that you were launching you were getting involved in the marijuana dispensary business. How's everything gone with that? Has that kicked off yet?
No, I took a step back for a bit because things just weren't working. And I'm you know, I always have my toes in the water with it. It's a good business. It's a growth business, and I have a name and I have money that I need to invest. So it seems like an easy business because it's a business that I've been a part of for a long time. Not to say that I ever sold weed or anything. I'm just saying that I know a lot of people in the business. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. And am I not following me? Fuck. Okay, there we go. So I don't know. It makes sense, but I'll see. I think the real estate market sucks. It's gonna suck soon. So I don't really want to invest in that. I don't really want to invest in the rehab business. And there's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna invest in a lot of different things. I don't know.
Breaking up with me there.
Trying to. Oh, I got one bar for some reason. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, so I have my hands on a lot of different places as far as business goes, and I don't know. I need to think of my future in my life with my daughter.
Of course. Talk to me about that. Obviously, before we came on air, there you seem to be as happy as you were in December. Is everything good on the family front with your girlfriend and everything as well at the moment?
I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, life is great. I am just happy. It's crazy right now because my mom moved back down. So at the age of almost 32, I live with my parents aren't together. My parents haven't been together for 15 years. Yeah. But my dad lives in his room and I have my room, and then my daughter has her room. And we live up on the hill, big 180-degree ocean view, like perfection. Well, then my mom moved in, and she lives in my daughter's room on her bunk beds. Because, my daughter being raised by me and my dad, and she's 4.5, so she needs a woman in her life, So my mom moved in, and my dad doesn't care. He's cool. He's like, whatever, yeah. He goes, we need help, And then my brother had pneumonia, so him and his 100-pound pit bull are now in my house, and his pit bull is it's a really good dog, but it's gigantic. And so I've got a full house, so I'm going crazy. But again, I'm single, so I don't have to deal with that right now. I don't know. I got a lot on my plate, man. I'm trying to really start a new career in broadcasting and radio. Under the tutelage of people like Joe. Joe Rogan's.
Of course, yeah. I've seen you on Joe recently as well. You came across very well in that. You've been on a couple of times with Joe and Brendan and I think Brian Callen as well. Why are you going into that? Is it because, are you still unclear? You talked to me that you weren't sure if you're going to get back in the Octagon again. How have the injuries been, and how has the body reacted in training to the injuries?
My body's a mess, man. And I'm still. I'll get out there and I'll mix it up with the kids. I'm helping coach, and I'll mix it up with all the boys, have fun. Beat the hell out of some people, but I can barely. We have really heavy Saturday sparring, and I haven't made it through an entire Saturday since I had surgery. I mean, I'll get in, 4 or 5 rounds, 6 rounds maybe, and then my arm starts to hurt. And when it starts to hurt, I just back off. I had another MRI done, and structurally, everything is sound. My doctor was super happy. He's like, because I had the stem cell. He goes, structurally, your arm is amazing. Your arm is way better than I expected, which made me happy. He goes, so nothing's going to tear unless you do something catastrophic again, which I've been known to do that. And I just, he said, you just got to work through it. So I have nerve damage. I'm going to go see a nerve specialist, a guy, this Australian doctor. So right now, I've made peace with the fact that I may never fight again.
Is it all just getting too much on the body? Because you had the hand. I remember seeing the hand in Dublin. We've talked about it before. You've got the hip, the shoulder. Is it just an accumulation of everything where you're going, it's not really worth it anymore?
Yeah, and exactly. I know everyone knows how good I am, or know how good I could be, and sure, I didn't. It just didn't work out for me. That's it. I had mental stuff, and then I had the physical breakdown,
Yeah.
and to really sit back and have to worry about my brain, because I still speak well. I do forget things, but I don't know if that's because I'm a huge stoner or because I get sick enough. But things worry you as a parent, as a
Of
grown up.
course.
I'm supposed to act like a grown up, and man, I got 7 workouts in last week, and by the end of the week, I was so sore, and everything hurt, and then it was cold, which cold finger quotes. It rained out here in Orange County, and when it's moist and it rain and it's cold,
The body
it's in
gets
the
worse.
50s.
It's sore. Yeah.
Oh God, so I'm just playing it by ear. I'm just having a good time and trying to spend as much time with my daughter. Like today, my friends are in town, so I skipped training this morning because I don't need to do it. I didn't need to coach today. It's just being happy with my daughter. That's
Yeah.
my main thing right now. And I it's another reason why I want to get into podcasting or radio, because it will afford me a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
I really, if I know one thing in this world, it's I know I'm a good dad.
Yeah. How is your daughter as well? Your daughter has your daughter suffers with an illness, rheumatoid
Breaking up.
arthritis.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. What'd you say?
Your daughter has an illness as well. Is it rheumatoid arthritis your daughter has? How's her
Yeah,
health?
she has rheumatoid arthritis. She's doing incredibly well. With the diet that we keep her on, my dad especially. My mom's a chef, so she's always cooking good stuff. But my dad is this. I mean, he's so tight with food, with her. I mean, he's been the one that I moved in with, almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago next month, where he was mommy at first. He cooked, and he just constantly feeds my kid and spoils the crap out of her. But she'd rather eat health food than junk food, and
that's
it's
great.
because we programmed her that way. So she's doing a lot better. She'll still have pain here and there, but I just tell her, that's life, kid. This isn't gonna get any easier. Unless Daddy can make $1 billion, and you don't ever have to do a damn thing. Either way, I'm a wrestler. I have to suffer on a daily basis. That's how I enjoy life. If I'm not suffering, I'm bored, and I have anxiety, and I'm just not happy. I try and instill on her that, sure, we have a really easy life. We got everything at our fingertips.
Is it tougher for you now? As you said there, you have to keep occupied. Is it tougher that you don't have that competitive fight to look forward to now at the moment because you've more or less put things on the shelf for the moment? Do you have to get out and about more because you seem to be very active and busy at the moment?
Yeah, I devoted simple things. I devoted this whole month to yoga. I've been doing yoga a lot, and I have to keep busy. I'm going crazy. I want to fight so bad. I would like nothing more. I made the joke the other day. I'm like, I would give my life to fight again, which I wouldn't. But I love it. God, I miss it so much. And I was explaining it to some of the younger fighters the other day, and I get so wrapped up in my explanations about that specific thing, about walking out and the feeling and the sound. You can feel it in your skin, especially fighting out in Dublin. God damn, you guys were wild. And that sitting in the bowels of the building, feeling this reverberation of just. I mean, you guys hit some crazy octave out there, and it was incredible. And that's the best drug in the world. That will never leave me. I'll want to do that forever. Will I be able to? No, and that's cool. I'll hopefully be able to push young fighters to that limit. This is what my coach said the other day. We were at lunch, and I've been with him for 13 years. He's like my family. We are family, and he goes, hey, where do you want to be in 10 years? And I kind of give me the dad talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I want to be next to you. I have an opportunity to build businesses and stuff and have that make me money. And then fighting is where I'm at every night, running day practice or whatever it is. So because I love it, I have to do it. And to be next to him and push his fighters and his team to that level where I've reached, or Carla's reached,
Yeah.
or in kickboxing, Romy or Shane Oblonsky or Shane, Joe Schilling and Shane Del Rosario and all these guys that we had that are tough. Even guys like Robert Emerson, who I have
your best mate.
Yeah, my best friend. But we were real good friends at one time,
Yeah.
and this even guys like Josh Smith, other people I grew up with who were fighting in Bellator. Just to see that many people that I was close to for so long reach those heights, and I'll never take it away from someone like Robert, even though we don't get along. That dude is a freak. I mean, he had potential for days, and sure he squandered it, but so did I. So that's how it goes. So if I can really take some kids and get them into the UFC and create a world champion or something, that would be
awesome.
Man. I'd be able to live vicariously through my fighters and my kids that I've raised to fight. I've been teaching these kids that are 19 for about 10 years. They just graduated college wrestling, and they're badasses, and I've used them for training partners since they were 17 probably. They were still in high school.
Jesus.
These kids could get into the UFC right now and be top 20, and they've never fought professionally or amateur.
They're that good. That's brilliant to know that you're obviously you're a big role model for the guys in the gym. Have you spoken to the UFC about your mindset at the moment? And you're more or less saying you've put fighting on hold for the moment till obviously you think the body's going to be feeling a little bit. Have you spoken with Dana or any of the guys, or Joe Silva or Sean Shelby or anyone?
My agent has. I don't talk to many people, honestly. Rarely. Maybe it's more than others. Dana will text me or Sean will text me or somebody, but they deal with my agent. They know that I'm a businessman, and unless you're texting me to say what up or how's it going or what I don't know, saying hello. If it's business, you call Jason House, text Jason House. I trust him. I bring him to every business meeting. I own part of a social media company, and that's the first guy I bring. I own part of this. I bring him. I run everything by Jason because as an agent, it's hard to find people that you trust like that. And
of course.
End of the day, Jason knows if he fucked me, I would just beat him. I would just beat the shit out of him. I know where you live, buddy.
That's a good one to have. That's a good one to have your agent on. I'll kick the shit out of you if you don't fucking do shit right by me.
Yeah, and I trained with him. I sparred with him. Like it wouldn't be a tough out either. Jason's a purple belt. He's got hands. He can kick. I mean, he doesn't suck. Especially having your agent who he's got amateur fights. So he has one or two, and he's won them. Smokes people. So it's it's a different kind of respect that we have for each other. I would like to make a return June, July. That would be happy. That would make me really happy. And my arm's getting better, and it's only given out like once. It gave out last night, which bummed me out.
You said you'd like to, but do you really feel you're going to get back in? The way the body's feeling at the moment, because we sort of touched on the same thing. You were talking about maybe January, February the last time. Is it wise that you're having these doubts, maybe of not going back and then maybe going back in as well? To see the doubts planted.
I guess it's just wishful thinking, realistically. But I have to have that in the back of my head. I have to think that, okay, you know what? If this does work out, which it should, I always think positive, that's when I'll be fighting, and that's when I get my drugs, That's when I get my drugs. That's when I get my fix. I get to go out there and breathe, and I'll be in bed thinking and just worked up and just like, okay, all right, I get to fuck somebody up in a few months, like cool, and it's it'll keep me up a whole night. I'm just the feeling of it is just so nice, and that's my happy place for sure. Besides having a little kid that looks just like me run and jump in my arms and tell me how much she loves me. She loves me, apparently. This is how much she loves me, as much as 1,000,000 unicorns with magic powers. With magic powers. But no, with magic rainbow powers. So
brilliant.
Whatever the fuck that means. But she's so cute. But the fighting is a different animal, and man, it brings a smile on my face every time I think about it. Even getting beat up, cool. You get beat up a couple times on national TV, it loses its sting, and you appreciate the fact that what you're able to accomplish in general.
So ultimately, on terms of the fighting, the itch is still there. You still want to get back in there, but you're not sure if it's going to happen yet or not.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll have these good days where I roll with a bunch of young, good sport jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah.
I've been focusing a lot on jiu-jitsu because throwing punches still seems to hurt. And just going back to my bread and butter, wrestling, or I don't know how much I can wrestle, but I'm training with people like Carla. Lighter, not as strong. I stood up with some younger boys, like 20 to 25 last week, and I fucking ran through these kids like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn, like, when was the last time you rolled? I'm like, with a man? I'm like, it's been a while. I haven't beaten up on a girl, but we even have a girl at our gym, Tara, who is multi-time world champion. She's 165 pounds probably, and just a brute. And she's never wrestled in her life, competitively. And she's trying out for the Olympics. Trying out for the fucking Olympics.
Wow.
I mean, I told her, I'm like, sweetheart, you're good, but you can get thrown in your face.
Olympics.
But it's so. Yeah, I just honestly, I don't pay enough attention to female wrestling. I know that young, smaller chicks like Victoria Anthony, who's around Carla's weight, I've worked out with her before, who is crazy good. But I don't know how good the bigger girls are. I don't know. I don't know. I never watched them.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm getting my work in, and I'm happy. I even coach cardio class. I run kids program. It's Uncle Creepy's kids MMA, and I teach cardio class. And I have fun with all of our gym clients, because we have the last really big remaining like mega gym in Orange County. We're 15,000 square feet. We've got 1,000 people running in and out of our gym, and we've got a bunch of if you go in our trophy room, it's WBC belts and UFC belts and Invicta belts, Tachi belts and King of the Cage belts, and all this crazy Muay Thai stuff, and so we got a really, really good gym, and we're in such a nice area that people can afford a large things like that. And a lot of our young fighters have private clients. They're charging $50, $100 for an hour, and they're got a couple clients a day. So it's a really happening gym, especially I think with our new business line that we're looking to the way we're looking to kind of advance the gym. We could very soon have a facility that is going to be world class, and we're going to be in Orange County, which is just insane to think of.
Awesome. I got to get it to Orange County sometime. I got to do it. You're always
when you come to Vegas.
Goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Rent a car, come out. We'll go. I'll take you out. Like, I'm in Laguna Beach right now, where they filmed that stupid TV show. And it kind of sucks. I'm passing one of my old hangouts. This town was so much better when all the gays were here. All my gay friends left, and you used to drive through when I was in high school, and there'd be like 5 more bars every night of the week going off, and just bum, 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 and you drive by, and I knew mostly like, oh, it's all dudes. And this was a very, very gay town, and the TV show and all this stuff, making Orange County cool, it ruined this city, and this city's so great. It's so beautiful, and there's so many good people here. But I miss the boys, I'm not gonna lie. It was just more fun, Like 16, you're like 16 years old and trying to get free drinks. So like, well, take your shirt off. Like, okay, I'll dance at the bar.
Lads, Ian is single now, lads.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, boys. And you get, all the cute girls down and they go to those bars because they think they're safe. But I got something for you.
Brilliant. Ian, just a couple of more things for you. Big fight coming up in your division, Demetrius Johnson versus Henry Cejudo. I just want to get your thoughts on that fight. Who have you got taking that fight down?
Henry is good. He is really good, but not good enough, and he's not that fast. Obviously, his key to success will be either not knocking DJ out, which I don't see happening because, he hasn't knocked many people out. And it's not to say he doesn't hit hard, but putting a good one on Demetrius is hard, and I don't think he's good enough to do it. Now, I don't know if you've ever felt an Olympic caliber wrestler on top of you, if they know some jiu-jitsu, but it sucks. One of Henry's friends, this kid Shannon Slack, who's ridiculous at wrestling.
Yeah.
He wrestled with Henry at the Olympic Training Center. Geez, it's crazy how strong they are, and it's crazy how they're at a different level of athleticism. So if he can get DJ on the ground, great. Also holding DJ down, I don't know how DJ works off his back, but his jiu-jitsu's come a long way since I got on top of him. Yeah. I would still like to get on top of DJ and show him what real pressure's like, but DJ has gotten so good, and he gets better and better and better. And if people don't appreciate that, then I don't understand it. Then it's the guy. Okay, sure, he doesn't have much personality, but if you actually knew the guy, or if you've met him, you're just gonna like him. His personality is nothing but nice. Yeah, he's like the nicest guy in the world. I make fun of him all the time, but it's me. Come on, I don't. No one should take me serious. Like the guy, I got nothing but respect for DJ because he is an incredible man and an incredible fighter. And I think,
athlete.
Yeah, I think that he's pound for pound.
Right up there for me.
You know what, John
Jones, yeah.
As much as I'm just not crazy about John on a personal level. He is so good. It's insane.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible.
He's so good. It boggles the mind how good he is.
That's interesting. We'll just get your thoughts on that as well. He was arrested today. On those charges, what happened at the weekend. You're a guy. You've had some troubles in the past. Just, is he ever going to get his act together? This John Jones?
Yeah, you know what? That's John. John's not like a really good dude, and I think that, and I don't want to call him a bad guy, but he's just kind of a shitbag, He's gonna do his own thing. He's a young rich guy who's made it, and why does he have to be this shining character to everybody? Let him be a shitty dude. Let him crash cars. And okay, if you're crashing into a person, go help him. Don't be a dickhead. But let him party. Let him do whatever he wants. Who gives a shit? He's not going to change. That's all facade. And let's just watch his amazing talents in fighting. Because the guy is a different level. That goes without saying. The guy is
phenomenal. Yeah, he's a fucking
incredible.
insane.
If he wants to do blow and fight, go for it. Good for you. You do as much cocaine as you want, and you go beat that Daniel Cormier again. I don't care, and I'm a fighter. Whatever. Dude, you if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. And you can get away with it. I don't know if you've ever had any Nazi dancing powder, but the last thing I want to do is fight. Okay.
Ian, you're back home now, and I'll just keep you for another minute. So, last time you were on the show, you wanted to fight Dustin Ortiz or Neil Seary. If there's a comeback fight to be, obviously Neil's tied up at the moment with Horiguchi in Rotterdam. Dustin Ortiz, if there was a timeline, when would you like to get back in? Is it July, as you said? Would you be ready by then?
Let's say July with Dustin would be great, or Neil, or maybe Patty. I don't know. I'd like someone who's top 15. I don't have time to be fighting kids that aren't in the top 15. Yeah. I'm too old, and my biggest concern was, well, what if I come back too early and I get some young, hungry kid who's just going to get after me, and I'm not ready? Yeah. I'd get beat up, and that would suck. I wouldn't. it wouldn't be fair to myself, this guy, you guys. It wouldn't be fair to anybody.
Are you going to put a time limit on it?
On when?
On about a potential return. You know, if
Oh yeah, whenever I start making a bunch of money from my podcast and radio stuff, once that happens, and I'll probably, I might be over it. I see what Brendan did, and
it's
it worked
incredible
out for him.
It's incredible. So. Ian, it's always a pleasure. I'm going to let you go now because that sun is making me jealous there. The weather looks lovely there. It's
look at the beach. Hold on.
Oh, cheers, man. You're not half pissing me off here. It's freezing cold here. It's like 40 degrees here, so not very warm, dude. But Ian, listen, man, guys, check out the podcast. It's going to launch tonight. What time's it going up at, Ian? 8 o'clock, is it?
Well, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow we shoot it. It'll be on iTunes after we shoot it or we record it. We might videotape it. We're trying to. It'll be on tomorrow night. We'll do 2 hours. Yeah. It'll be on tomorrow night, probably 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome stuff, Ian. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, and I hope you get back in the Octagon. I wish you the best in recovery and the training, and best of luck as well with the podcast. And obviously, the guys can hit you on Twitter at Uncle Creepy MMA. Ian McCall, always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Always good.